Meal planning is a great way to reduce waste, to save money, to make sure that you're using the ingredients you have on hand. And I know a lot of you are like, no, I want to be spontaneous. I can think of so many other ways in the world to be spontaneous other than dinner. But for those of you that want to give it a try, you are going to save money. You are going to rotate through your pantry, and you are going to save a ton of time. And that constant conversation, what do you want for dinner? Hello, everybody, and welcome to SuttonsDaze. If you're new here, my name is Lisa, and we are all about pantry preparedness. And today, I thought we would chit-chat a little bit about meal planning. Here's kind of a step-by-step guide into the meal planning process. Remember that none of this is written in blood and that you can move stuff around, but it at least gives you a launching pad. If you figure out 7 meals, if you figure out 7 dinners, rearrange them any way you want throughout the week, right? But these are what we're eating for dinner this week. Pick your night, and you will save yourself a ton of headaches and that dreaded question, what do you want for dinner? Number 1 is to review your inventory. This is why your inventory is such a great thing to have, because you can look at it and go, I've got pork, I've got chicken, I've got fish, I've got beef. And now what can I do from there? I can do this. What do I have the ingredients for? This. Those are the meals. Poof, done, right? So take a look at your pantry inventory and note from that items that are nearing their expiration dates or their best used by dates, right? And say, you know what? We're going to make this. It's going to be great. Identify your staples. Now, for me, our staple is protein. So I literally do, just like I said, I have chicken, beef, pork, and fish. There you go. Those are your choices. And from there, we build. That's the building block of the pantry. And so from there we go, okay, do we want any pasta? Do we want any rice? What kind of vegetable do we want? Do we want something out of the freezer, or do we want something that's canned? And, just keep building until you have a meal. Super simple. When you've got that inventory right in front of you, you go, done. During the January Pantry Challenge especially, but pretty much it should be a rule of thumb, identify your perishables first. So go into that refrigerator and see what is going to meet its maker first. And it's better for you to eat it than to throw it away. There's way too much food being thrown away. So identify your perishables and build around that too. Like I said, plan around your proteins. So if I know that I have broccoli in the refrigerator, because no, you cannot can broccoli. It'll taste like your left foot after running through the chicken coop, okay? Identify your protein, or you've identified your broccoli in the refrigerator. So now identify your protein. Proteins are a great building block, and then your perishables on top of that. Bam, 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 bam. Utilize spices and condiments. If you were to have a piece of chicken sauteed every single day for a week, you'd lose your mind. However, if you were to have sauteed chicken, if you were to have chicken and dumpling soup, if you were to have ugly chicken enchiladas, if you were to have whatever the case may be, by adding different spices, by adding different things to it, different condiments to it, it can completely change a meal so that it's not the same old. And so if you are relegated to having chicken 4 out of 5 nights a week, you can make it a completely different meal every single time. Food fatigue will not be a problem. Look for recipes. Now I'm going to be sharing a few recipes throughout the month, but there are so many recipes. And if you're stumped on what to use your canned goods for, if you have canned ugly chicken, ugly beef, ugly pork, I have recipe collections. Check out my Etsy store. The link is down below. I have recipe collections on different ways to use them. Phenomenal. Hello. Really good stuff. And different recipes can take you down different routes, and you can learn new things, try new tastes, all using the same staples. Don't go all in. In theory, it's a nice idea, right? But if you're just starting for menu planning, just start with a weekly plan. Just go for that 7 days. Okay, I have 7 days in front of me. This is what's not going to make it in the refrigerator. This is how I can supplement it in the pantry, and then make up a menu plan. And poof, just like that, you don't have to go to the grocery store. It's a beautiful thing. And if you're out of something, get creative. Throw something else in there. No harm, no foul. It'll either be fantastic, which most of the time it is, or you'll go, why? Why did I do that to myself? But that doesn't happen very often. Once you get a little more adept at menu planning, you could literally plan out the entire month. which I'm not going to lie is what I did. I planned out the entire month of January, just going off the basics first. So I know that I'm going to rotate through the meats. I know that I'm going to rotate through the vegetables, and we're not repeating a single thing all month long. Another way to make it easier on yourself is to do some batch cooking. So if you know that Sally has soccer this day and Bobby has baseball that day, and you have a late meeting that night, and you've got book club on Thursday, right? Doing batch cooking really helps a lot. So if you spend a little bit of time on Saturday or something and make up some dinners ahead of time and then just reheat them on those days that you're going to be super busy, you have shaved a whole bunch of time off. It's a great way to handle time constraints and stay out of the fast food restaurants. Remember to be flexible. Like I said, it's not written in blood, okay? It's something that you can move in, move out, move in, move out. No harm, no foul. Do what works best for you. But menu planning really can save that dreaded question, what do you want for dinner? It can save you a ton of money. It takes one less thing that you have to think about. I'm a huge fan of uniforms for work, okay? And I even managed to do it in an office setting where I had a regular kind of outfit that I wore to work. I'm not looking to be fashionable. I'm looking to go to work. And I'm sitting at a desk all day, so who cares? But there's still a way to do it. So if I could take that one thing off my plate, like having 7 pairs of the same exact black slacks, I don't have to think about what pants to wear. Now I just have to figure out what tops to wear, It's that simple to making life just that much easier, one less thing to worry about. And so if you can sit down and make up a week's worth of dinners on paper and then figure out that you've got everything that you need to do it, all you have to do after that is figure out what day to plug it into. And you may not feel like cooking one day, so thank goodness you did some batch cooking the other day. You may have leftovers, so instead of making something new, you use the leftovers. You have that for lunch the next day, because that way you don't have to worry about lunch either. It really does add a massive amount of stress-free flexibility into your week. As I mentioned, one of the things you do want to do is you want to plan for leftovers. So if you or your significant other or your kids take lunches to work or school or whatever, then this is a great use for them. Take last night's dinner for lunch, because then you don't have to buy it. Then you don't have to go out someplace and get it. You look at all the money you're saving just by eating food that you bring from home. It is like the best feeling in the world, and it's a good home-cooked meal. And nothing goes to waste. You can also incorporate those same meals or ingredients into new meals. What do they call it? Leftover makeover? Something like that. Anyway, so, you can find new ways to do that. If you have mashed potatoes one day, you can make potato latkes the next day. It's just that simple. Get creative. Enjoy the process. Menu planning allows you to minimize waste because you know what's going on. You are using meals that, where you're using your perishable items first. You're making sure that everything gets eaten up and that you're not finding liquefied vegetables in the back of your refrigerator, because it's disgusting. And that's just money. You might as well save yourself some time and energy and just light it on fire. It really would be better for the environment. But minimizing waste is a huge benefit of meal planning. Based on your meal plan, create your shopping list. So you go through your inventory, see what you've got, see what you need, and if you have to pick up anything, then you know that's all that you have to pick up. And that way, hopefully, having that very small shopping list should enable you to not emotionally spend in the grocery store. You know what I mean? To not pick up those impulse purchases. Do I need those bag of chips? No. So I'm going to pass the chip aisle because all I came in here for was milk. Meal planning also helps you to rotate your stock, which I have reiterated and probably will continue to do so. Rotating your stock is extremely important. It is better to eat at yesterday's prices than today's, and it is better tomorrow to eat at today's prices than tomorrow's. So rotating your stock will always have you eating at the best possible price. Menu planning allows you to pull that off with grace and finesse and delicious home-cooked meals. If you want to give menu planning a try, I highly recommend it. Throw it down in the comment section below. Inspire others with your 7-day meal plan for the next upcoming 7 days. I can't wait to see them. Until next time, everybody, if you want to check out more about the January Pantry Challenge ongoing this month, check out this playlist right here. And until next time, be safe.